Bless Squad, what's going on with y'all, man? It's your boy, Blessed Applesauce to the Bless Show with another video here on Blessed to Invest. And today we're here to talk about what teens can do to make money. I know a lot of teens are entrepreneurs. They want to find some new avenues to make money, but they're under the age of 18 where you can't really apply for like a serious job, but you can kind of get some of those easier jobs when you're around like 16 or so. But you still want to make money. You still want to expand. You still want to grow. So this video is going to show y'all teenagers under the age of 18 how to make money, avenues to make money, and how to set yourself up for the future so you can invest in the stock market, so you can start getting into real estate if that's something you're passionate about and want to get into. So before we get into it, of course, these things right here, thumbs up, it's a thumbs up button right there. It really helps me out with the algorithm and stuff like that, pushes the video forward. So if you can do that, a couple taps on the video, a couple seconds of your time, it would really help me out. And also sub down below, of course, for all the great content you're going to get. So before we do, let's get into it. All right. So the first thing for teenagers is jobs. You're limited. You're trying to figure out how to make money. And what I recommend is going on Craigslist. Craigslist has a lot of job listings, low-key jobs, maybe power washing somebody's lawn, or maybe some random side job they may have at their house or outside of the house or something like that. That it might be like a one-time job, or sometimes it's a couple of times they need you during the week or during the day, where it's not any age requirement on it. It's just who can get the job done. I really recommend going through Craigslist. You can find a lot of little odd-end jobs there, and sometimes they'll pay you a lot better than a standard 9-to-5, where let's say you power wash somebody's deck and they pay you $300 for it. A lot of people can't make $300 in a day. So you're going to be doing a lot better than most people just hopping on Craigslist. It's going to take a little time, of course, but if you put the work in, hop on Craigslist, go through the job listings, find something in your area, I'm quite sure you can find a handful of jobs that you can do maybe a couple times on the weekend where you can actually build up a decent salary, so you can actually maybe invest in the future or just have some money on the side to do some things that you want to do. So definitely go check out Craigslist. Highly recommend them. Next, part-time summer jobs. So a lot of jobs get a little lax during the summer when it comes down to working, because a lot of times what they're looking at by law, they're looking at how many hours you're in school versus how many hours they can give you. So when you're out of school and during summer vacation, it doesn't really matter anymore. So go look for part-time jobs. Start applying. What I would recommend doing instead of applying, because what they're going to do, they're going to look at the 18-year-old, the 20-year-old, the 25-year-old and say, okay, this person has a long history. They know how to do this job. I recommend actually going to the company. Don't just apply online and then go to the company. Let's say you want to work at McDonald's or wherever. Go speak to the manager, hand them your resume, speak to them and say, what are you looking for? How many hours do you need? Stuff like that. Having that relationship with somebody as going in is going to help a lot more, because they're able to talk to you, see to you, and it's harder to reject you to your face. So definitely do that. Do that to like 5 or 6 jobs, handful of jobs a week until you land one. I'm telling you, you're going to land one, handing your resume, talk to the manager for 4 or 5 minutes, and you should be good. You should be able to land something. Next is going to be babysit. This is a classic one. Everybody knows about this. Babysitting is going to be very profitable. A lot of people need babysitters, especially during the weekend. The parents are trying to go on dates. They're trying to schedule some time alone from the kids. Maybe they're going on vacation or something, and they just need to get away from the kids. So babysitting is going to be a very profitable, not only just job, but business to get into. Put a couple flyers up, say babysitting for $20 an hour. And again, you're going to be making a lot more money than the average Joe. $20 an hour is higher than the minimum wage. So set that up. You can babysit for 3 or 4 hours, maybe a couple of times on the weekend or something like that. And then once you get a clientele base, you can really do this and expand this where it can be more of a business, where you can hire some of your friends. Maybe you can have a consistent 4 or 5 clients that you know every other weekend they need to go out on date night or something like that, where you know you're going to have a consistent income coming in. So babysitting, dog sitting, stuff like that, It's going to be a very profitable business to get into. So definitely check that one out. Next is going to be sell things. I think selling is going to be very critical. Me personally, I sell a lot of things on eBay, and this is one of those things that don't have an age requirement on it. You can always find something to sell. There's retail arbitrage. There's flipping different. For me, I flip different Lego sets online. So whatever you can find creative, you can do like baseball cards, you can do electronics, really whatever you can think of. I say whatever you're passionate about and get into and figure out a way to flip that and make money off of that and make a little money. You can make some consistent money on there, better than most. You can rake in a couple $1,000s a month just by selling things online. So definitely check that out. Set up an eBay account. It might be a little difficult for you being under the age of 18. So definitely go check it out with your parents and say, okay, mom, dad, can I set my eBay account up? And you might have to do it on their behalf. Set it up and then let them allow you to start selling on there. So you might have to communicate this a little bit, but in the end, it should work. And then you'll be good to sell things and make a little money on the side, which is going to be really good. And I'm quite sure the parents are going to appreciate that, finding a young entrepreneur that is ambitious and looking to make a little money to head start their future. Next, on Head Start Your Future, though, this is going to be the next one. What you can do instead of thinking about the right now, today, you can think about a couple years down the line. You can also find some things on YouTube, for example, coding. You can find some things on YouTube where like engineering, where you can learn how to build things or design or skills that you may need in the future that will set you up to make a little bit more extra income. So let's say you really want to learn how to code and you know in your future you're going to be coding for the next 5, 10, 20 years. You know that's your passion. You really want to do that. What you can do today is already study this stuff. Maybe take a couple of classes potentially. So by the time you get 18, you can already have an internship lined up. You can already have a solid job lined up. And that's going to set you ahead of your peers that may be taking the standard 9 to 5 at a McDonald's or something like that, where by the time you're 18, you already have some skills set aside that you've been studying for the past couple years, where you can say, okay, I've done this for 3 or 4 years. I know what I'm doing. I've been in the plumbing industry for whatever. I was a journeyman. And now I can transition this into a skill that I can take into a career. So definitely look into that. It's not all about making money today, but also setting yourself up in the future with some skills that you need to learn. So definitely do that. Next is a really cool one. This is one I did a lot when I was in school, is do homework for people. People will pay for you doing their homework. They're going to pay you $10, $20, $100, depending on what it is, whether it's an essay, whether it's just doing some math problems, whether that is just helping them with some whatever it may be. And a lot of times with these homework assignments, it gets really simple. You can use things like Chegg. You can use things like EduBirdie, stuff like that. And it really takes the guesswork out of actually doing the work, where you can charge somebody $20 and it only takes you, out of all the programs you might be running to do it, maybe it takes you $5 to actually figure this out. And then you take the spread. You don't have to tell people you're doing this. That's what I personally did. It worked like a charm. Chegg, for me, I was in engineering, so everybody needed to learn math. So I would have my math way up. I would have my Chegg, run all their problems through, all their homework problems through Chegg or Mathway, and then they'd be good. And the homework would be done the next night. They will all be set up, and all I had to pay was the $15 monthly subscription, which I was using anyway to do my work. And then on top of that, I was making money off of them because I was doing the homework for them. So it's a win-win type of relationship. They don't have to worry about that, but you're also making a little money on the side because you're able to do their work for them. So that's a cool way to do it. Figure out what type of homework people will need from you. In my case, it was math. So I know I used a lot of Chegg, but in your case, it might be a little bit of reading. So figure that out. Figure out how you can manage somebody's homework. Don't set it up so it takes up a lot of your time, but enough where you can make a little bit of money and you'll be good. So definitely do people's homework. It really helps out. So the next one is going to be cut grass, manage grass, cut grass, shovel snow, rake leaves. Out of the three, Raking leaves is probably the least profitable when it comes to time, because you're raking hundreds, thousands of leaves for, it's going to take you 3 or 4 hours. They only give you $50. But snow and grass, people hate those two things. They don't want to cut grass and they don't want to shovel snow. So if you get out there on a cold summer day, and after a snowstorm go around, you can make a couple $100 in a couple of hours, because people refuse to shovel their snow. They don't want to do it at all. On top of that, cutting grass, if you can get a couple of clients, the same with snow, you can get a couple of clients that every snowstorm, they know you're coming over to shovel their way, and they're going to pay you $40 to shovel. But you can also do that with your grass cutting clients. Like every weekend, you have 4 or 5 clients they need their grass cut. So you can go there, charge them $50, $60 to cut their lawn, and then voila, you made $200 on the weekend. So these type of things really are really beneficial, really helpful to people, because you're providing a service that they will come back to, and you're also making a pretty decent amount of money on top of that. You can also get your friends involved if you have any people that want to make money along with you. I think this is good because this can be a team effort. Raking leaves, shoveling snow, and cutting grass can be labor intensive and can be very tiring. So I definitely recommend getting like a partner with you, even if you do have to split the profits. Just the time of it. If you're able to get 5 done in a day and you make $250, cutting that in half is fine, because you can get it done in a couple of hours. But it's really up to you. But I do recommend doing that as a potential job to get into. So if you have any other suggestions for jobs, put them down in the comment section down below, because we're trying to help our teenagers out, make some money so they can start investing in stocks and real estate and set their future up for the long term. But that's going to wrap it up. Those are the typical jobs that I do recommend for teenagers to get into so they can make a little bit of money. But that's me, your boy. Blessed Applesauce. Stay blessed. And I'm going to see y'all next time on Blessed to Invest.
Just to see tomorrow is a blessing. Stay prayed up is the message. Everything about a nigga blessed. Everything about a nigga blessed.